Hello, this is Andrew Weirick. He drives a 2011 Chevy Volt. Andrew is my son, and we're here in front of the house Andrew grew up in. Andrew, you want to tell us about the Volt and a little bit about what you do for a living?
So yeah, this is my 2011 Volt. I bought it off my dad when he bought a Model 3. I use it for work. I'm a handyman of sorts, so I have this, and then I also have a 2005 Silverado, and you would be really surprised all the tools that I can fit in this tiny car. Laying the seats back, I can fit my air compressor, my nail guns, my screw guns, circular saw. I think it's got around 130,000 miles on it. It's been a great car. I really like the sound system. It's got a Bose sound system with a small subwoofer, and it's just great for playing music.
So tell us about your charging situation. How do you keep this car charged up?
So I live in downtown South Charleston, so when I'm staying there, I charge on the free public charging, and when I'm staying at my girlfriend's house, I plug in on a 110 outlet that I installed outside her garage. So I charge overnight there. The battery has gotten quite a bit of degradation over the years. I get about 26 miles on a charge, depending on how I drive. When the car was new, it was 35. So quite a bit of degradation, but things break down. It's a great car for me because it helps me offset how much gas I burn when I'm, if I only had my truck. So it's great in that aspect.
Okay, you taken any long trips, or have there been any long trips in this car?
Back when my dad had this car, you guys took it to Florida and to Maine a couple times, and I've taken it to Pennsylvania and to Kentucky.
Okay, great. So anything surprising about the car compared to what you used to drive? No, you used to drive a minivan, so this is a...
Yeah, I drove a minivan for several years. The handling on this car is great because it's got such a low center of gravity. Also, the acceleration is pretty good. I think it's 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. So that's always fun. The handling is pretty great.
Anything else you'd like to share about the car?
It's probably about 3 months after I bought it off you, the main instrument cluster went out. It's an LCD screen. It just stopped working one day. And so I took it to a Chevy dealership, and they said that they couldn't find the part at a warehouse, that it had to be they had to find one somewhere else, and so it was going to cost thousands of dollars. They wanted to keep the car. They wanted to take the car for like 6 weeks, and at that time it was my only form of transportation. This was when I was in college, and that just wasn't going to work for me. So I actually found a salvaged instrument cluster out of a 2011 Volt out of Oregon, and had it installed at the dealership, but they couldn't get everything to work on it because the VIN numbers didn't match up. So I still had the old instrument cluster that didn't work. I took that cluster and the car to a GM specialist in Kentucky, and who only worked on instrument clusters for GM vehicles, and he was able to take parts out and make them talk to each other. So now I've got a working car with a working speedometer, and I saved over $2,000 doing it a little harder.
So what's your next car going to be?
If my line of work doesn't change, I'd like to get a Tesla truck so I only have to have one vehicle.
Thank you, Andrew.